Chapter 1. What does yoga have to do with veganism? Our connection to the earth and all beings. The most important part of the yoga practice is diet. Sri K. Pattabhi Jois. The Sanskrit term yoga is found in the Vedas, the most ancient of the Indian scriptures, prehistoric in origin. The Indian philosopher Patanjali did not invent yoga, but he did write an important manual, the Yoga Sutras. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit yuj, which means to yoke, and describes the yoking of one's individual small self to the cosmic eternal self, or God. Reaching this blissful state of union with the divine is called enlightenment, liberation, self-realization, superconsciousness, or samadhi. Jesus referred to this state when he reputedly said, "I and my Father are one." In all probability, he didn't use Abba, the Aramaic equivalent of Father. Most likely he used Allah, the Aramaic term for the divine, which means the interconnectedness of all beings and things, the oneness of being. A more apt biblical translation of that New Testament passage might be, "I know myself as one with all that is." Jesus was describing yogic enlightenment. When this enlightenment happens, the presence of God enraptures the soul, freeing it from the tyrannical dictates of the ego and its insatiable desire to lord over others and the earth. The person exudes from their entire being this emancipation. They are known as a Jivamukta, one who is living liberated. When Patanjali states, Yoga Chitta Vritti Narodaha, in the first chapter of the Yoga Sutras, he is giving us both a definition of yoga and a directive as to how to attain it. This sutra can be translated as, when you stop, Narodaha, identifying with the divisive nature of your mind, Chitta Vritti, then there is yoga, which is enlightenment. The union of the separate with the whole implies that enlightenment is actually the underlying ground of being, and that otherness is an imposition or distortion of a more unified reality. If we are interested in yoga, we might ask ourselves, what is yoga interested in? Yoga has one goal, enlightenment, a state in which the separateness of self and other dissolves into the realization of the oneness of being. What holds us back from that realization is a false perception of reality. Instead of perceiving oneness, we see separateness, disconnection, and otherness. Because the term yoga refers not only to the goal of enlightenment, but also to the practical method for reaching that goal, all of the practices must address the basic issue of other. Otherness is the main obstacle to enlightenment. Killing or harming others is not the best way to overcome that obstacle. How we perceive and relate to the others in our lives determines whether or not enlightenment arises.